Shalom, family. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm sorry about last night. My router went down and I literally got stuck on here, y'all. I couldn't log myself out. I couldn't do nothing. So I had to wait until everything came back up and then I was able to get out of here. So I had to go back in and edit out the parts where I couldn't get back in and shut the live stream off. So I edit that part out. So it's just all the way up until you didn't hear me come back. So hopefully I won't have that problem anymore. So I hope you're all doing well. The ICE raids have begun in Minnesota on the Somalians, and you're going to see some of it today. And it's pretty nasty. And you would think these folks would become a lot more humble. They're not. I said, I can kind of see why this judgment is on you. You're like the Latinos. Even when it's happening to you, you don't know how to humble yourself. Maybe that's a Gentile thing. It's got to be a Gentile thing. I see this in all of them. No matter what bad things and bad fortunes hit them, they still got that arrogance in them. And they're still online talking about somebody jealous of them and all that. I am never going to be jealous of a refugee. I am never going to be jealous of somebody that got to walk thousands of miles to cross a border. I am never going to be jealous of somebody floating on a raft to come into another country. So y'all can get off of that mess. All of you immigrants can get off of that mess about somebody being jealous of you. I ain't jealous of no immigrant. None of you. Okay? None of you. And even in your worst hour, y'all still don't know how to be humble. I can see why you're not getting support. I even had one come in my comment section. I blocked them because we're still having the block party. So I blocked them, talking about they're getting worldwide support. I was like, now, why would somebody support scammers? Or why would the world support scammers? And you're lying. Ain't nobody support. You can't even get people on the continent of Africa to support y'all. I recently found out even the continent, those folks can't stand y'all either. So it's like everywhere y'all go, people don't want to see you coming. Kenya even said if Donald Trump tried to deport y'all to Kenya, that whole country said they're going to break out and protest. They don't want no Somalians in their country. I'm like, well, damn. So yeah, the Gentile downfall. You're arrogant and you don't know how to be humble. That's your downfall. So, y'all, but you know what? I'm kind of glad this is happening because I think some of us might not have ever known how arrogant Ham and Cush and Put and many of these Hamite groups, offspring of Ham, are. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know they're just as bad as the house of Esau. Moab, you can see they're all equally as bad. So if you did not have that exposure, you certainly have it now. You know, so some of them are actually doubling down online. And now some of the videos I'm seeing cropping up is since they are now being raided by ICE, they're now trying to compare their plight to the African American experience in America. There ain't no way an ICE raid is equivalent to 400 years of what we've been through. If y'all don't miss me with that crap, you got to be kidding me. No, it is not the same. It is no comparison whatsoever. you getting raided by ICE and what we've gone through for 400 years. Come on, you're trying to compare those two things. Are y'all for real? Oh boy, you can't make it up. All right, y'all, let me go ahead and share my screen. Now, there might be one or two videos on here that don't have audio. The rest of them do. All right. So I just want to let you know that up front. So if you see one pop up and there's no audio, it's supposed to be that way. All right. But most of them will have audio. Please give me a one if you can see my screen. Yeah, and there's more videos of them being black all of a sudden. We already seen all the videos. They're not black. They're not black. Well, now there's a whole slew of videos. They are black. They are black. Okay. Uh, I mean, nobody's going to trust you, right? You can't say you're not black in one instance and then the next video you're black. Nobody's going to trust you, right? Okay. Thank you, everybody.
So everybody's talking about the Minneapolis ICE raids, and obviously, if you're illegal, in my opinion, you got to go. Like you're not allowed to be here. They got to get you out as soon as possible. Don't care. But I think a lot of the problem that people are having with Minneapolis is the people who are like second gen, and who were born here. They're acting extremely entitled, as if they can't be asked to leave. I'm sorry, but at some point you still have to realize that just because you're a citizen doesn't mean your lineage goes so far back that you can now talk crazy to the people who grew up here, or that we have to now work around the way you guys do things because you're a citizen. No, that's not what that means. I understand you're a citizen and I do believe you should have the rights of one, but if you go out of your way to subvert the United States, if you go out of your way to steal from the United States, I'm sorry, but they have the power to revoke anything you have. I don't care. They got the power to send people to prison. They can do whatever they want. So to sit here and act like, oh, we got to get used to you guys, because no, you have to assimilate to us, unfortunately, or maybe you need to take a trip back. Sorry.
You will be held accountable for your actions. You will be held accountable for your actions.
We're on Maple.
SRT, let's move. Sir. Sir. Go back. Go back. Sir. Do not attack the agent. Do not attack the agent. I'm trying to help. Okay?
Any more left back there?
This is the moment federal agents used pepper spray on protesters who were blocking cars in a heavily Somali neighborhood in Minneapolis. City Council member Jamal Osman says armed ICE agents went to East African restaurants in the neighborhood and demanded to see people's IDs. Osman says the agents were at a senior housing complex and they were confronted by a group of young protesters with whistles who surrounded their vehicles. Osman says the agents responded with pepper spray.
Okay? No, it's not okay. It's not okay. What happened? They put this spray in his eye.
ICE officials told the AP via email that they made no arrests in the neighborhood and provided no further details. Minnesota's Somali community, which is the largest in the U.S., President Donald Trump's administration targets the community.
Why is it we only take people from whole countries? We always take people from Somalia, places that are a disaster, right? Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime. The only thing they're good at is going.
Targeting people they suspect are Somali means ICE will be really profiling Black Americans. Let me be clear here. I'm going to be honest with you. It's pretty hard for me to tell like Koreans and Japanese apart. I'm not going to lie. Like same thing with Laotian, Cambodian, they can kind of be the same. I probably would be the same with like people from the Democratic Republic of Congo versus the other Congo one. But no one's going to be mistaking Michael B. Jordan for a Somali. Like they're very easily identifiable, often because, and not because of their race, to be clear, because of the hardcore ugliness due to generations of inbreeding, right? Like half of Somalis, right? That's why they have the weird look and the foot, and they're malnourished. It's pretty easily identifiable. Like we should do this as a new game. Spot the Somali.
Oh, that would be a fun game.
Yeah,
Easy. I might win that one.
Yeah.
Tie. Maybe they're gonna trick us with a white Somali.
I don't think there was one.
ICE is here and see the riverside. They're right here, harassing people, innocent people. Yeah.
What's up, man? Where were you born?
What's that?
Where were you born?
In Somalia.
Somalia? Do you have your ID on you?
Yeah, I do.
What you got? Passport card?
I have a passport.
Okay, can I see it?
Yeah. Why you want to see though?
Just to verify.
I'm right here.
Yeah, I'm verifying your citizenship, buddy.
Here.
What's your name?
You'll see right there.
Just want to verify. What's your name?
In Minneapolis, كان illegal بالناس تصور درين. قد كهرج درين مخالها يكان قبل بعيدين بيان. But look at the life we're getting. The support بدنا عن كهلي إنه. مشين كانوا وكان سيدر بيلا صور درين. عندنا مرة عندنا ما يصير. عندما قالوا قالوا لي هاي كانوا محمود نور قبل ذكر الله صدر في حافظة محمود هيا. الناس وحطوا على
Doesn't owe you shit. No. 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 Owe you. Leave our neighbors alone. Leave our neighbors alone. Leave our neighbors alone.
The ICE is here. They are going door to door. They are stopping folks on the streets, and they're not just targeting undocumented. They're targeting every Somali person. It feels like we are in I don't know how to explain it, a war zone. I feel like people are like afraid to get out of their houses. I am getting calls from my resident that I represent, City of Minneapolis, saying that, what should I do? Should I come out of the house?
All right, guys, this episode is loaded and you're not going to want to miss it. So stick around till the end because we have some surprises for you. But it looks like things are going great out in Minneapolis. They're finally getting these people off the street. But unfortunately, law enforcement has to deal with these creeps. They chant like they're at a high school football game. I mean, just take a look at this woke liberal moron who thinks he's a hero because he was blowing a whistle.
This morning around 8:30 or so, I saw an attempted abduction of a Hispanic man just down the block right here. 3 ICE cars came around and they stopped this man on the bridge just down there. And then they started accosting him, attempting to put him in their car. I went down there, started recording with my phone and blowing my whistle here. To disrupt them, to let people in the area know what was happening. I don't know like dozens and dozens of people in the Hispanic or Somali communities, but I know they're my neighbors. I live next to them. They contribute to the richness of this community. I grew up here, grew up around a ton of Hispanic and Somali people. They're normal, no different than anyone else. So it's very natural if you live in a community and your neighbors are being targeted, you just go out there.
Yeah, it's really natural that when you see law enforcement, you try to disrupt them by blowing a whistle. I mean, they could literally be apprehending a murder and you got this guy blowing his whistle and recording them. He should be helping them out. That would be more natural. But there's so many criminals in Minnesota right now that businesses are actually closing down because there's nobody to work there and there's nobody to shop. Take a look at this.
Collectively, the Somali community is fearful. And you could see around the mall a lot of vacant stores, a lot of closed stores, and no foot traffic. People are hiding.
Before carrying my passport around, I had a feeling of pride, and now I'm carrying it and it has a lot of darkness around it because now I'm just like, I just want to get home safe to my kids.
We're in Minneapolis, days after the Trump administration directed ICE to begin targeting and arresting undocumented Somali migrants in the city.
The Somalians should be out of here. They've destroyed our country. We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
People from Somalia are garbage. And I heard it the first time. It was heartbreaking, because not for myself, because I know I'm not.
Munira Malamasak runs a primary care clinic in Minneapolis.
To have the president of the United States say these things, I think it feels like I definitely don't belong.
Minnesota is home to around 80,000 Somalis, many of whom were either born here or have been here for decades. Over 85% of Somalis here are U.S. citizens or legal permanent residents, but they still worry they could be wrongfully arrested.
People are carrying not only their ID, but their passports. No one gets their passports out unless they're traveling overseas. But now I'm carrying my passport, right?
This local Somali shopping center would normally be packed on a Thursday afternoon, but today it's largely deserted.
Americans like me have to feel like, okay, I can't leave without having proper documentation, and many people are doing that. My entire life has been public service. I have served in the Army National Guard for 6 years, and I was elected as the first person of color, the first Muslim, the first Somali, the first of many things to serve in the city council in New Brighton. When the president speaks with such vile, racist remarks, you feel like you lost some of that American values that this country had.
Ma imaan kartaa kale mise guriga inaad ka baxdid waa ka cabsanaysaa.
Back at the clinic, Munira says the fear is also affecting her patients.
We have no one here today because we were told that ISIS is around here. People are choosing to stay home.
The Department of Homeland Security says ICE has arrested at least 19 people in Minneapolis since the raids began, including at least 8 Somali nationals accused of serious crimes. It's not clear if more raids are coming, but for now, Munir's biggest concern is how the president's words will affect her children.
As a mom, not just a mom, but like a Somali mom, this is a scary time. I worry for my boys. I worry that a teacher may not give them the attention that they deserve. My daughter, I worry for. How can we get more? Which is hard, right? To tell your kid to hide their own identity. I hope that they know that these words are touching real people and real people that love this country.
She said, it's just a little too late, a little too wrong, and I can't wait. But you know all the right things to say. You know it's just a little too late. You say you dream of my face, but you don't like me. You just like a chase. To be real, it doesn't matter anyway. You know it's just a little too late. You know it's just a little too late. You know it's just a little too late.
halkani waa xaafadda Cedar oo ay u badan tahay Soomaalida ee magaalada Minneapolis. Si aad u jeedaanba, ciidamada ICE ayaa weerar ku soo qaaday iyaga oo goobaha ganacsiga galayo isla markaana dadka sharciyada weydiinayo qofkii aanan sharcigiisa taaginna qabanayay. Isla markiiba waa la iswacday oo dadkii deegaanka ayaa isku soo baxay ee xaafadda deganaa si ay markaasi u hor istaagaan ciidamada ICE oo ku hubeysnaa qoryaha dhaadheer. Dadka ayaa waxa ay sameynayeen frimbi iyo buuq iyo weliba qaarkood waxa ay isku dhigayeen baabuurta. Ciidamada ICE waxa ay adeegsanayeen sunta indhaha ka ilmeysiiso si ay wadada u maraan isla markaana ay iskaga leexiyaan shacabka ku mudaharaadayo isla markaana diidan in ay xaafadani wax ka qabtaan. Muddo hal saac ayay wadada ku jireen oy waayeen meel ay ka baxaan.
walaal marka hore ay xaafadda yimaadeen dee waxna way ka waayeen cidna uma socon randomly dadka ayay iska istaajinayeen oo dadkan US citizenka ah makhaayadda ayay ku bilaabeen inay galaan oo albaabka soo xirtaan dadka cuntada cunaya dhan ay weydiiyaan warqadahooda la kale qof walba warqadiisu watay laakiin siidar bay soo galeen aad baan kugu soo hiiliyey dad badan oo ajnabi oo frimbo wata ayaa ku kacay waana laga saaray meeshii
waayahay marka intay ka bilaabeen ma maqaayadaha goobaha businesska ah miyay galeen
businesska siidar meesha ku taala ayay galeen randomly gaarigii soo kala jiirayeen way galeen markaasay waxay weydiiyeen qof walbeeto makhaayadda cunto cunayay sharciga Brian Cole iyo siidar bay usoo gudbeen public housing ka yimaadeen qof bay qabteen qofkaasna waa US citizen wiil waxa arkay yiri way qabteen way jeedadeen way sii daayeen markaan tusay sharcigaygii marka qolyahan missionka ay ku socdaan waxa waaye Soomaalida dhan inay violation u suubiyaan marka kama yeelino.
No, it's not terrorizing. I have friends that are on legal visas. Let me ask you something. Yeah, okay, we're not those people on legal visas. We're not bothering them. Yeah, but let me ask you this: you hang out at a bar, right? Everybody's drinking, having a good time. There's local cops outside, wait to catch a drunk driver, right? Are they terrorizing the bar patron?
No,
they're putting their child.
Hey, watch how you spray that.
He's a German immigrant.
What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?
Please stay back 25 feet.
That's illegal. You guys leave him alone. Leave him alone. You guys cannot do that. That's illegal. Call 911. Call 911. They're doing kidnapping. That's illegal. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Smile at me, sir. Smile at me, ma'am.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. You guys are doing kidnapping. Kidnapping. This is called kidnapping. Kidnapping. This kidnapping. Call 911. Naima, call 911. Piece of work. This is called kidnapping. This is kidnapping. Sir, this is illegal. This is kidnapping. Kidnapping. It's called kidnapping. Piece of shit. Illegal.
Breaking news. Sirens echo in the cold Minneapolis night as unmarked federal vans roll quietly down a narrow street. The operation begins in silence, agents moving quickly, communicating only with hand signals. But within minutes, the quiet breaks. A crowd forms at the far end of the block, voices rising, phones recording. A mix of activists and residents push forward, tension sparking like static in the air. Agents attempt to pull back, but escape routes tighten as more people surge in from side streets. Objects hit the pavement near the van's, first plastic bottles, then chunks of ice from the snowbanks. The crowd grows louder, chanting, shouting, demanding answers. Inside the vans, red and blue hazard lights flash as the drivers try to inch through the mass of people. The situation teeters on the edge, agents urging restraint, protesters defiant and unmoving.
Y'all, you see how they were all out in the streets? I thought these people work hard. Shouldn't they been at work? And I'm not surprised they didn't really get people at that apartment because, you know, they're telling them not to answer the door. But see, they're right now because ICE is just going in there now. And by the way, they are sending them by the plane full back to Somalia. You know, I was reading about that online. They are loading them up on these planes every single day and flying them back over to Somalia. So it is going down for real. It is going down for real. So it's only a matter of time before they ramping up, but they still going hard at the Latinos. They have never let up on them. They are still going real hard. So right now, they're Somalians and they're still going after the Latinos that are in Minnesota as well. So y'all, this is just the beginning. It should be a lot more of these raids going on because they're also in Dearborn. There's a lot of Somalians in Dearborn. They're in Ohio, so they're in different parts of the country. So I would expect raids are going to be jumping up in those areas as well. And all these places where they got these homes and cars and everything through scamming businesses, the government is going to be confiscating all that stuff. So I'm sure that'll be hitting the news real soon. Yeah, the judgment on these Gentiles is here, y'all. It's here. It is here. Mm-hmm. Oh, I believe Donald Trump is working on getting her out of here. He wants her butt gone. And he gonna get her butt out of here too. I really truly believe that. Do not be shocked, y'all, if one day we wake up and you hear that citizenship has been stripped away from Ilhan Omar. Do not be surprised. I really believe it's coming. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Be on the lookout for my other upcoming live streams that I'm working on. I'll have those ready over the next few hours. So I will see you later. And Betty Felder, thank you so much for your super sticker and support for my channel. And Jeffrey Massey, thank you for your super sticker. And thank you for your support for my channel. I deeply appreciate it. And thank you, everybody. I appreciate you coming and enjoying these live streams, and make sure you share them as well. Shalom, family.